from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
Y'all already know what it is, man.
Welcome to the 50-50 show.
Not that one.
Oh, you didn't know?
50-50.
Welcome to the 50-50 show with PharoahNFL and the Severe Raider, the realest show for Raider Nation.
The perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Make sure to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Raiders!
Yep. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. You already know it's the 50-50 show, man. It's the late night show, man, with myself, PharoahNFL, and obviously the Severe Raider, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. We see the night crew already in the building. My guy Raph just starts it off, man. I appreciate you, my guy. He says, "What up, nation?" Raph in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. And man, the one and only, man, Raider Smoke 89, man. He knows how to start it off right, man. Hey, man. He starts it off with a super chat. He says, "Same soup, just reheated, back at it again, man." You already know what it is, man. Raider Smoke, man, in the building, man, always showing support. Hey, man, this is how you get your comments read. All your comments that are super chats will always be read on the show, man. So we appreciate the support. Right. SoCal Sal, man. Hey, this guy, Mr. Consistent himself, man, always coming through and showing love. Salute, Pharaoh and Severe, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, we got some Chiefs fans. What are you doing up in here, man? Chiefs better, bro. No, we not even gonna show your comments, man. It's all good. Hey, Raider Resistance himself, man, is in the building, man. Make sure to go check out one of the best IGs out there, man. Raider Resistance, man. Always coming through, showing support. Appreciate you coming through. Desert Raider in the building, man. He says Pharaoh and Severe, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, Moon over Miami. He says, hello, everybody in the chat, man. Oh, man, what's good, man? Kenny in the building says, what's good, fam? Raiders. I got you, man. I got you. Appreciate you coming through, Kenny. Hey, man. Hey, it's that time, man. It's that time of the week, man. It's the 50-50 show, man. We're going to get into it, man. It's week 2 of training camp. Severe, what's going on, man? How you been? How's everything going? I know we just had a show the other day with Around the Shield. Make sure to check it out every Saturday mornings.
Yes.
New time, same show, new time. But what's going on with you, man?
Oh man, everything's everything, man. Just grinding, man. Just grinding. I tried to go to Vegas this weekend, bro, but a battery truck crashed on the 15, so they shut down the 15 freeway. So there's no way the only alternate route, they said there was so much traffic, it was gonna take like 12, 13 hours, bro. So I was like, I turned. My trip was so long, bro, that I was checking out Protect the Shield. He was on with Rebel and 805.
Yeah.
Them dudes had a whole part-time shift worth of Raiders content, bro. It was on for like 5 hours. So I checked in on them for a few times, man. I started the journey checking them out. I got back to LA, they were still live.
Yeah. Speaking of 805, man, Real Talk Raider Nation in the building says, what's good, chat? Full pads tomorrow. Time to get it. Yeah, it is week 2 of training camp, which means the pads will be coming on starting tomorrow. So tomorrow's practice, Tuesday. They'll have pads, which is gonna be good, man. Because now we're gonna see like how the defense is gonna continue their strong play. We're gonna get into that, and then also the offense. Are they gonna put up a more of a fight with pads coming on? Maybe the run game is probably gonna be a little bit more involved now, and then the offensive line maybe has a better chance than what they've had to deal with lately, because they can't really put their hands on them when it's there's no pads, right? So we'll see, man. But appreciate you coming through Real Talk.
Ironically, man, my son and his 6U team, they just got their pads today, so they had their first padded practice today, wow. Man. So yeah.
Oh man, was he sore? Was he?
Man, hey, he had a crazy weekend, man. We had practice all last week. Last week was their like hell week, so they was practicing every day, like 3 hours, 2.5 hours of straight conditioning. Then Sunday he had a double workout. Sunday he did conditioning in the morning with a trainer, and then we got with like a skill coach in the afternoon, just working on wide receiver skill stuff. And then he got to practice today, and it was the first practice in pads, man. So he been grinding out.
Man, he's putting in that work, man. Hey, he's putting in that work, man. So that's definitely a good thing to see. But yeah, man. Hey, look, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got some flags on a play to talk about, and some notable quotables as usual. Obviously, what's real, what's not. But let's actually get into what we've been hearing out of training camp lately. Defense.
Yeah.
The domination continues. The domination continues. Yes. The domination continues, man. It's just to keep it that simple. Like it's just more of the same right now. Like they're ahead of the offense, but they're playing fast. They're playing. Their chemistry is at an all-time high. Like right now, like they are dominating the defense. The quarterbacks, they can't do anything. The pass rush is crazy. And what I like that I'm hearing out of training camp, it's not just the defensive. It's not even just the defensive line getting there. The secondary.
Yes.
The secondary stepping up, led by Jack Jones, and y'all gonna love this, man. Jacorian Bennett, man, looks like he's looking like the guy that's gonna be the starter on the other side, man. With Jack Jones, and obviously the safety plays, has been pretty good. Even today, Trey Taylor had a nice little pick.
I think Nate Hobbs had like 3-4
Nate
past
Hobbs, man. So it's just not the defensive line. It's also the secondary. So I like what I'm hearing. But on the other side, though, it's looking a little. I mean, it's kind of early. I'm not gonna be like stressing off what's going on right now, because at the end of the day, like, we understand how the defense finished the season. We understand, like, this defense right now they're playing with a lot of confidence and swagger, and it's gonna be, this offense is gonna be a work in progress. As much weapons as they have, it's a new system, new offense. Defense usually is ahead of the offense. I'm not panic button. Still not gonna click on the panic button. We still haven't played a preseason game, and the padded practice doesn't start till tomorrow. But what have you heard as of lately from training camp that's caught your attention, that you're hearing from training camp?
So, man, you kind of hit the nose, or you hit it right in the nose. Just our defense, and Jacorian Bennett, man, he's a guy that had a strong camp last year. He won the starting cornerback job opposite Marcus Peters last year, and that kind of might have been more of him winning the job by default, because Faison was hurt that entire time, and we really didn't have anybody else that was really necessarily ready to step up and take that role. I know Amik ended up assuming that role when Bennett struggled, but like, just because of his sheer stature, and I know they wanted somebody with a little bit more height on him on the outside, so they went with Jacorian, and then he struggled throughout the year. But now, everybody's been saying he's turning it up a notch, even more so than from the impressive camp he had last year. And why that's so important for me is that everybody knows the player I wanted was Quinion Mitchell, right? That was a guy, hey, I had identified him as corner. I felt we needed a corner opposite Jack Jones. So that's part of the reason why I didn't like the Brock Bowers pick, is because I felt that, hey, if we could trade back and get a guy like Quinion Mitchell, that's what we should have done. But if Jacorian, this is rare. But if Jacorian steps up and he's able to prove that he's a worthy player at that other corner spot, I think that makes the Brock Bowers pick looks better, because it's like, hey, you know what? We already had the cornerback need addressed in-house. So that way we can kind of go with the more of a luxury pick. So, like, two guys I'm looking at is Thayer and Jacorian. We needed a right tackle and we needed a second corner. If both of those guys step up and they do a good job this year, that's going to make that Brock Bowers pick look even better, because we decided not to go right tackle, we decided not to go cornerback, and if we have those solutions in house, I think that's just great for us.
Yeah. Raider Smoke again with the super chat, man. Appreciate you, my guy. He says, fellas, time to hit the panic button on our offense, especially Munford getting his ass cooked. Severe, I know you feel me on this. Hey, man. Hey, Severe, do you think it's time to hit the panic button on the offense? Because
yeah, I mean, look,
before a padded practice, before preseason, like, is it time? Let us Smoke know.
I'm not going to hit the panic button, but you know how they have like the little plastic cover over the panic button? Like, I done got that mug flipped up, and my thumb is like, it's nah. But like, you don't want to hit the panic button too early. Thayer Munford is struggling against Max. Max is going to give every right tackle in the league fits for the most part, outside of Jawan Taylor, who's just going to hold him at every play. But other than that, he's going to give just about every right tackle in the league, and in Penei Sewell, but I don't think we played them this year, so he's going to give every other right tackle in the league problems, right? So I'm not too panicked about that yet. Actually, it's kind of a good thing that Munford is getting this baptism by fire, because if he's able to get through this and come on the other side of it, I think that's just going to make him stronger as a player. And it's something that Illuminor talked about last year, right? Those battles with Max Crosby kind of prepared him for the season. Munford is going through that same thing right now. Mayer went through it last year as well as at tight end. I'm sure Brock Bowers is going to get a piece of that too. So, and that's what you want. You want iron to sharpen iron. And you always want, like, you ever like I know you're somebody that's a business minded person, right? Like they always talk about, like, you always want to have a growth mindset. You want to be around people that are doing better than you or who have similar goals to you, because that's going to keep you in a growth mindset. You always want to be stretching yourself, right? Like the old saying goes, if you hang around four broke niggas, you're gonna be the fifth. It's like that same situation. It's that same thing with football, right? If you hang around people that's not out there trying to get better every day, that's not pushing themselves, like, you not gonna really push yourself. So he's going against a guy like Max Crosby. You get no plays off against Max. You got to be ready at all times. So I think this is just preparing them for the season. So I'm not ready to hit that panic button. Not on our right tackle. Now there's some guys under center. Might be a little bit.
I would be more concerned if Max wasn't getting past Thayer Munford. I'd be like, what? Like, what's going on?
What? Thayer?
Like, come on, man. Like, Max Crosby is supposed. Oh man, for real. He'll be one of those, man. Like, what? Like, but yeah, Max is definitely the better player. He's the premier player. He's the blue chip player. He has to win that. That's and D-Mokes, man, I agree, man. I appreciate the super chat, Smoke. We do need to chill out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, two of our O-line is out. I mean, he's talking about left guard, our rookie left guard, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Colton Miller, who right now are on the PUP list. So we still got to get them back. But Munford is going to struggle against Max Crosby. Come on, like, that's just, it is what it is. And right now you got to give them a little bit of, like, leeway too, because, like, they haven't had a padded practice just yet, so they haven't been able to put their hands on these talented, fast, explosive pass rushers. You know what I mean? So who's gonna win that battle? Like, these explosive pass rushers who, like a Kuntz, who kind of, they pretty much, their game is built off their explosiveness. Or are you going to go over these big guys who need to use their physicality to at least slow down some of these guys? So
especially Munford.
Especially Munford. So look, at the end of the day, man, it's a little early, man. D-Mokes, man, funny picture right there, man. That's hilarious. But that's just a funny picture, man.
I just peeped that. Right
that's a funny picture, man.
That's hilarious.
But I think it's a little too early. I think it's a little too early. We still gotta wait till preseason. We do got some tough matchups though. Outside of, we're looking ahead, just looking at, like, our first few games of the season. I know that at some point we play Cleveland. That's gonna be a tough defensive front. I know at some point we're gonna be out there in Baltimore, who they're gonna, Baltimore is always gonna be tough defensively. So there's gonna be even the first game of the season, Chargers. Like, come on, they do got some talented pass rushers. I don't know if Khalil's the same player. You know what's funny? And I gotta look into this. Khalil Mack had 6 sacks against the Raiders, right? How much did he finish with? How many sacks did Khalil Mack finish with? Because
I want to say like 11 and a half, something like that.
Someone said 8. I don't know how true that is.
I think someone I want to say he got double digits. I thought it was 11 and I could be wrong. I thought it was like 11 and a half or something like that.
You know what? No, okay. Someone was like, all right, they kind of misspoke. They misspoke. So he finished with 17. He finished with 17.
17. Okay.
So he still got some left in the tank for sure. Just a little bit. So yeah. So look, Joey Bosa. Yeah, if he's healthy, he's always hurt, but we'll see if he's going to be healthy week 1 against. But what I'm saying is that there's going to be some talented pass rushers that the Raiders are going to be playing on the schedule. So it's not like we shouldn't ignore what we're hearing. But it's just at the end of the day, I can't get mad at Thayer Munford for losing against Max Crosby. Like, it's just like now if it was like the backup pass rusher, now. Like that's where you break that little cap or whatever glass cap. You go
push the button down.
Yeah, you push the big red button for sure.
Thayer, what's that sound you got? Thayer Munford out there getting cooked.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting cooked.
That's him up for that to practice. Like, how you feeling there? I ain't gonna lie. I'm kidding.
Yeah, man. SVT, man, appreciate you coming through. My guy, I haven't seen you in a minute, but he says football is different before pads. It's not time to panic. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, fact.
I agree. Let's wait and see a little bit. Let's give
And
it
the
some
offense
time.
is talking big stuff. The offense keep talking big stuff. Like once we get these pads on, it's gonna be different. So we're gonna see.
Damn, man. Man. Hey,
see.
Real talk got something for you, man.
Bro. Man, look.
He said you panicked after the Falcons drafted Penix.
I think the entire Raider Nation panicked, man.
I panicked too. I was not even. I didn't even panic. It's gonna be a while till I forgive the Falcons for doing what they did. By playing chess. They played chess. I'm not gonna lie, they did play chess because I think next year I don't think they have a first round pick. Do they have a first round pick?
No, I don't think they do. Or they're not expecting to have a high one. Nah, I don't think they do.
But it was still like a very aggressive move. We'll see how it shakes out. They paid a lot of money to Kirk Cousins. We never really see that. Like we never see a quarterback get paid like that much money, and then that same year they draft a quarterback in the first round in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really see that too much, but we'll see.
See, but know what they did though? Know what they did. And I don't want to dwell on this point too long, but they did what Green Bay did. They just preemptively did it, right? Like Green Bay, they had Brett Favre forever. Then they drafted Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna sit you down 2 or 3 years. Once Brett Favre is over the hill, Aaron Rodgers takes over. Aaron Rodgers, that same thing, right? Aaron Rodgers, we got you right there. We got you right there. What's up? Shout out to Myra. Appreciate you supporting.
You coming through, man. She's
but they got they had Aaron Rodgers, right? And toward the tail end of Aaron Rodgers' career, what they do? They drafted Jordan Love, and they put Jordan Love on the shelf, and he's coming out. And I'm gonna get to him a little bit, but now he's looking like one of the better young quarterbacks in the league. So all they did was, hey, we're gonna skip that process of waiting 2 or 3 years. We got an opportunity to get our guy right now to sit him on the shelf for 2 or 3 years. And then when this guy is ready to move on, we got our guy already in house, and he's a top 10 worthy quarterback right now.
Yeah, and you know what too, and this is like my concern with Telesco, and when I'm noticing the GMs, you see the guy, they hold that quarterback position at a premium, and I'm sure the majority of NFL feels that way. Is Telesco is he aggressive enough to go get the quarterback? I don't want us to go out there and get a guy in free agency and overpay and set us back and just take away all our leverage in building this team by paying a quarterback that's solid, that's good, but he's taking the majority of the cap space. That's just not gonna get it done. It's just what's the point? Yeah, man. I talked about it earlier, but I was like, come on, man. Like I'm not trying to see Dak Prescott get signed by the Raiders. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just he's gonna get paid. He's gonna look to reset the market.
60 a year, probably.
Nah. We ain't doing that. I want the Raiders, if anything, if AOC and Minshew are not the guys out there, then we got to get a quarterback in the draft. Hopefully we're aggressive enough, because you got to be. Look what Atlanta's doing. They signed Kirk Cousins, and they're like, nah, we're going after Michael Penix because he's that good. We project him to be good long term, past how long we're probably going to have Kirk Cousins, because they don't even know if he's going to come back 100%. That's why they're like, they're willing to take the risk, which is crazy to say, but like that's how much the quarterback position is valued. They'll take that risk even though they're paying them that much. And it's not even just Atlanta. It's the NFL. Like they're super aggressive in getting their quarterback, and hopefully the Raiders are aggressive enough to go get their guy too. They weren't able to get it done, and it's kind of frustrating too. Is that at the end of the day, the Raiders technically could have traded up.
Yeah.
But no one would have predicted that Atlanta was going to take Michael Penix. I didn't see that coming. I
think they tried to work out a deal. I mean, for that night, I want to say we're there with Marty. Marty was saying that they tried to move up with Atlanta, because they thought that was the spot where it's like, hey, you know what? Atlanta don't need a quarterback. This is the spot to move up. And Atlanta was like, no. But what I'm worried about is that, like, I'm hearing stuff out of camp. I know we talked about this offline. Hearing stuff out of camp. Michael Penix is looking good in camp. Arm looks live. He's getting a good grasp of the offense, like just ripping throws and practice. And then there's another guy we had a chance to take later on in the draft that we didn't even consider taking, because after a certain rounds we didn't even look at the quarterback. And that guy has been impressing in his camp with his team. A guy who I wanted, who I advocated for late in the draft, that we could have taken and we elected not to, and that is Spencer Rattler. So, like, and if nothing else, that's another live arm, another young guy adding into this. Like, would I rather have Spencer Rattler or Anthony Brown? Like, like remember, like, one of the first days of camp, like the most impressive throws of the day came from Anthony Brown. Like, that says all you need to know right there about the arm talent that we have on this team.
Yeah. But, well, look, like, the other side to it is this, is if the Raiders valued only a certain amount of quarterbacks in the draft, then does it really make sense to get a quarterback who's going to be just as good, maybe a little bit better than AOC? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's time for the Raiders to go get their guy, like the guy that they envision to be a franchise QB or potentially going to be a top 10, top 5 player. You know what I mean? Whoever that is. It obviously couldn't happen this year, but maybe next year's draft, possibly, maybe. But if they keep winning, it's going to be harder. That's why I was kind of like, it was a little bit of like a disheartening because Penix. But I don't want to dwell on too much. At the end of the day, whatever it happened. But that's why it's like, all right, next year, if the Raiders win games, they go to the playoffs, they're going to be in the ladder. They're going to be late in the first round. So all the top guys in the draft, they're going to go early. It's going to be that much harder to get to that top spot. It's possible. We've seen it happen, but we'll see, man. But yeah, I don't want to. But yeah, man. We look. The chat is going crazy. SVT, he says tomorrow the tone will be set by our O line and D line. Yeah, no doubt, for sure. MatCat 17, yeah, 17. Someone said 8. Someone said 8 earlier. I'm like, what, 8? I'm like, back in my head, if that's true, then that means he's following the in the path set by Chandler Jones. When the year before, remember the year before he came to the Raiders.
5 in the first game, I want to say.
Yeah, he had like 5 in one game, and then the rest of the season he had what?
Yeah, 5.
He had 5, so it was like, oh, okay, maybe Khalil Mack is on the downward trend right now, but at 17, it's still, that's pretty solid. Still, he still got something left in the tank, so we still got to account for him. Man, the chat is going crazy, man. Look, I gotta catch up. SVT wants to, hey man, yeah, make sure to clock in. That's what we like to say over here, man. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. Yeah. Make sure we're going live on both our channels. So if you're not subscribed to any of our channels, make sure to go ahead and head over and hit the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. But yeah, it's that time. It is that time, man. Flag on the play, man.
69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Man, hey, man, if you just joining us, flag on the plays, anything we have an issue with, we don't agree with. And this week, we definitely got some flags on the play. Starting with, man, Davante Adams. Yeah. The No Love tour continues for him, man. Like, people are taking shots. And this is what the media likes to do, man. When players start getting to that age where, they're trying to figure out like where the player is heading, because Davante is obviously in his 30s now. They're trying to predict they're trying to predict his downfall. And that's what they're doing with Davante. And they ranked him number 40 in the NFL. And I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I could post this or show this so you guys can see exactly the players that they had ahead of him. And some of the players, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, come on. Like, no respect.
Some questionable choices.
some questionable choices. So let me let's see if I can put this on the screen. Let's see here. Boom. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see.
A little bit. Make it a little bit bigger.
Hold on. Let's see. Y'all see it?
I would. They got Joe Burrow 39. That's already blasphemous.
Yeah. They disrespecting Joe Burrow just because he was hurt. But come on, man. This is arguably, you can make an argument that he's probably the second best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, for my money, he's the second best quarterback in the league right now. I mean, him and Lamar.
But to be fair though, like, he has been hurt.
Yeah,
he has been hurt. So you see, Devontae number 4 is ranked 40th. So right now the NFL is doing like the top 100 list. So they're like releasing 10 players until they get to the top 10 and eventually number 1. So right now they released I think 40 to 29 or 30 or something like that. Yeah, 40 to 30 or 29. And they had Devontae at number 40, Joe Burrow number 39, Sauce Gardner at 38.
That's kind of low too.
For Sauce?
Yeah, I mean, for my money, I think he's the best corner in the league.
Yeah.
Some people say PS2. I think Devontae said PS2. I think Sauce is. I mean, I got Sauce over PS2, but teach his own.
Yeah. So you got Sauce, and then you got Quentin Williams, his teammate. Tua
violation right there.
Come on, man. Tua. I know he just got paid, but Tua is not a better player than Devontae is. It's just
remember they was thinking about moving on from Tua.
Yeah, I know he just got paid, but it's like recency bias. I don't know what it is, but the players they partake in his vote. I think the players are part of it.
I think this is the if this is the one I'm thinking of, then I think it's all players.
It's all players. Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. This the NFL countdown one. It's all players.
Yeah, man. And then Josh Allen, he did have a good season last season, but come on, man, he don't got the stripes that Devontae Adams. Like, come on, man, like this. And then Jordan Love, I like Jordan Love. I think he's in an upwards trend, but
yeah, he only did it for half a year. Puka Nacua, come on, he's only done it for 1 year.
Exactly. Yeah, come on, man. Like, look what they're doing. Look at this list. But this is the players though, so the players feel this way.
Yeah,
it's the players list. This is actually not the media. The players feel this way. So Devontae better feel.
Damn, Quincy Williams is on the list. Damn, he was a late round pick too.
Damn, this is disrespectful.
Deron Bland, Deron Bland. He did. Matter of fact, Deron Bland is a guy. He got more Defensive Player of the Year votes last year than Max Crosby. So,
yeah, man. Okay, look, I don't know if I'm. Let me see if I could show this a little bit better here. Let's see. So Deron Bland, I think, finishes out this tier of players, and he gets number 31. He did have a lot of interceptions, but
he had a bunch of pick sixes too. He was taking
a bunch of. So it was a crazy season for him. So I understand like why people, but he can get exposed. There were games where I seen like they were attacking him, like they were like, nah, this dude, because I'm sure he's super aggressive. He's going after the ball, but like, hey, this dude is a playmaker. He's a playmaker. That's his skill set. But I think this is blasphemy. We'll see as the list gets exposed. List gets released even more.
You said it right.
Exposed, right? Well, we got to expose this, man. Come on, the players are hating right now.
You said it
Usually the media is hating, but the players are hating. Come on, they got him at number 40, and there's at the end of the day, it's all about context too. Last year, the offense was. Everything was going wrong. You know what I mean? The sky was falling. Everything was going wrong. From obviously McDaniels, that whole system, the rookie play caller, they didn't know what to do. We lost the game 3-0. Is that on Devontae? At the end of the day, players got to take some type of accountability. But man, I mean, he is a receiver, and the quarterback is an important position. I think this one is big too. I ain't gonna lie. We could talk about this right here. This
that's
is
crazy.
disrespectful.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry. Joe Burrow should not be number 39. Number 39? Number 39. And I think it's because of the injuries. I think it's because of the injuries. They're just docking him for that, but it has nothing to do with his skill set, his talent, and his skill
at all.
As a player. Nah, not at all, man. But yeah, that was that was one of the flags of the play was Devontae Adams being ranked number 40. And then you know what? I'm gonna put this in here too. I'm just gonna leave this right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Burrow being number 39.
Both flags on the play, man. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they were just based like maybe they're saying you can't look at any other year. You can only base it on last year.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, though, man, like what Devontae did, just look at his quarterback play. Yeah. It was spotty at best. You know, all the stuff the Raiders had to go through as a team, and he still put up numbers, man. Still put up numbers. So
yeah,
I think 40 is disrespectful, man. 40 is disrespectful.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only flag on the play, man. Severe, if you want to let the people know what the other flag on the play this week is.
The other flag on the play, ironically, two of the guys on that particular list that we saw, they are recipients of flags as well. You know, two young quarterbacks were recently paid, Tua Tagovailoa as well as Jordan Love, and their contracts put them into the highest paid quarterback in the league category. You know, these are two guys, especially Jordan Love is a guy that hasn't even done it for a full season yet. And he's already up there as, you know, the highest paid guy above Super Bowl appearing quarterback Jared Goff and Super Bowl appearing quarterback. Well, I guess they're tied with Joe Burrow, but it's crazy to see that, you know, what Jordan Love was. We saw him earlier in the year. He struggled. And then he picked it up the latter half of the year, and he had a nice playoff game, and that basically earned him the ability to be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah, man. Look, as you can see right now, Jordan Love's getting 55, Trevor Lawrence 55, Joe Burrow 55 million a year, Tua right after that 53 mil. But you know, this is what it is though. It's whoever gets paid, like whoever is up to get re-signed, they're going to reset the market. That's just how it works. It never really matches. It's rare for it to match the top player in a position. Like right now, like if you had to make someone the highest paid quarterback, we all know. We don't want to admit it as Raider fans.
Yeah.
We know. We're not gonna say no names, but we know.
We'll say his name. We know who it is.
We'll just say Kermit. Yeah, the Kermit. Yeah,
Kermit.
Kermit the Frog, man. Kermit the Frog. Yeah. You know, I don't want to admit it, but yeah, he definitely should be the highest paid quarterback if you're just looking at it at the best player at the position. But it's never really worked like that. It's just whoever's up to re-sign, they're going to reset the market, especially at that quarterback position. And I heard that they're going to try to, because it's getting crazy. And I heard that like they're going to try to like control this, but I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to agree to that, because this is like, it's like kind of like a players versus owner type thing. Like, why would you know?
Yeah. And by some point, man, they got to get, like, it's dude's about to be, like, it's about to be out of control, man, because I'm sure Dak is going to probably push for 60 or somewhere close to 60 million a year. Like, think about that, man. That is insane money. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's not sustainable. So they had to do something kind of like they did with the rookie wage scale, in terms of the contracts for the signing bonuses, to protect the franchises, sometimes to protect them from themselves, right? So they got to do something though, because money is getting too crazy.
Yeah, man, it's getting crazy, but you know. Hey, Lamar definitely I feel like should get paid. Herbert, you know, I'm not gonna Kermit, you know, whatever you want to call it. Who cares about the Chargers QB? But you know, I do like Jordan Love though. Out of this list, like I like, man, I think he's gonna be one of those guys, man. We'll see what he does this year, but he's gonna be one of those guys. But yeah, man, that wraps up flag on the play, man. Things we have issues with, man. Hey. We made a public service announcement last week. If y'all find any flags on the play, we'll definitely consider them for the show. So just hit us up on IG, PharoahNFL, or The Severe Raider on IG or Twitter as well. So just hit us up if you guys find anything that's worthy of flag on a play or even notable quotables, and we'll definitely try to consider them and put them on the show. But let me get into the chat, man. The chat is going crazy right now.
Crazy.
The chat is going crazy. Let me go ahead and remove this so we can see. Let's see right here, man. Man. Yeah, I appreciate that, Myra. I appreciate it. Let's see. Reese Rock. He says North Dakota, South Dakota, Dak Dakota. I don't give a damn. Keep him off our team. Hey man, I'm with you, man. It has nothing to do with him as a player. I think he's good. I think he's solid. I think he's better than what we got for sure. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just, man, like, it's just we're not gonna win. We're not gonna win. Ultimately, the Raiders are not gonna win a Super Bowl with Dak. I don't think that would be possible based off. Look, if the Cowboys are letting him walk,
yeah, that should tell you something.
That should tell you everything you need to know, man. They're desperate to win something over there, but they're always, the most talked about team for whatever reason. You know what I mean? We all know what it is. They're just one of those teams that people talk about. D-Moke says, did someone say Dak is good? He's solid, man. He's not bad. He's not a bad player. No, don't do too much. Come on. He's not a bad player. I just don't think he's... Where would you have Dak? Is he top 15? He's top 15 or top 10?
I'd say top 15.
Yeah.
I'd say top 15.
But to be honest with you, the quarterback play is kind of like, it's not that good, bro. Like, if you really think about it, once you start getting outside of the top 5, you just be like, it's like, what have you done for me lately? Oh, okay, Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So he's in there. You know what I mean? Matthew Stafford is somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's Patrick Mahomes, to me, in my opinion, and everybody else. And then you got the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got the Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some good quarterbacks. But once you get past like 6, 7, then it starts to get okay. Like, that guy had one good year, or he had a good year 2 years ago, and he kind of fell off a little bit. So it starts to get iffy.
Yeah. Hey, Austin Avila says, y'all phone lines open. We'll have it open next week. Next week, that will be the call-in show. So make sure to put that on your calendar. Hit the notification bell.
Yes.
We will have the phone line call-in show. So make sure to tune in next week as well. We're gonna have the phone lines open, so y'all get to call in. We get to chop it up, talk about the Raiders, and just let us know what's on your mind, especially in regards to the Raiders, especially training camp, all the latest news and all that good stuff, man. Austin, I got you. Just call in, and we got you. We got you. Man, the chat is going crazy. Yeah, man. Smoke's letting y'all know, man. Subscribe on both Severe and Pharaoh. Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Smoke the real MVP.
Yes, SVT. Yeah, he went from 13 to 40. So last year he was damn. They were like, damn, this dude, the players think he's trash. No, they don't think he's trash. It's just is the top 100 list has always been what have you done for me lately. That's pretty much what it is. But it's still kind of crazy that they have him at 40 and they have some other players that I'm like, come on, man. Like, you really think this guy is better than him? Like, they had like some, it is what it is, man. Joe Burrow shouldn't be at 39, bro.
Yeah. No.
Raiders Smoke, their hairstyle alone drops him down to 39. Yeah, did you see he had like the whole Eminem, the bleached hair, that.
Yeah. He's a young dude. He out here experimenting, out here doing crazy stuff with his hair.
Right. Yeah, look, Milka Beasley. Yeah, that's a good point. Aaron Rodgers was hurt all year, but he was 92. Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Like, if you're hurt, would you say if you're hurt all year, and if it's based off what have you done for me lately, basically off last season, then the players that are hurt most of the year shouldn't be ranked?
Yeah, it's not like he played like 2 or 3 games. Like, oh man, he played like a quarter. Like he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. That's what's wild. That's name
Yeah,
recognition
man.
alone right there.
Alfredo said Tua. Like, yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Tua is
man.
not a better player than Devontae Adams, man. He's not. He's not. I think he's in a good situation as a quarterback. Very good situation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Black man is God 80. I said 40. He said, I say 40 is right. That's just overall player in the league, but he's still a top 10, 15 at wideout.
Man, he's higher than top 10, 15. He's top 5 wideout, possibly top 3, But I think a lot of people right now got Jettas over him. Maybe you could put Reek over him too. How you feel about Reek? If we get some more consistency out of Jamar Chase, maybe Jamar Chase, but like that's the lowest I'll go for him. But I got him too behind Justin Jefferson, but I can see somebody having them 5. Anywhere in that even if 1 through 5, I can see anybody who's in any of those slots 1 through 5. Is understandable. Anything lower than that, disrespectful.
Yeah, man. I don't agree with it, man. It's definitely a flag on a play. I understand that some people might view him a little bit different. I think right now he's getting oh well, he's looking like he's falling off because he didn't have as strong a year as he did last year, and like I'm not buying it. I think, but we'll see, man. The quarterback play, it ain't where it's supposed to be. But I think it's going to be a better situation than last year just because, man, anything was better than last year. Let's be honest. Honest, man.
Well, my guy Chris, man, I don't even want to ask why the dude Chris is up at 2:00 in the morning, man. Ain't no Popeye, ain't no Popeyes open at this time, brothers. I don't even want to.
It's the 50-50 show, man. Look, you got to tune in, man. Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Oh man, but yeah, let's move it along, man. It's that time. It's that time. Notable quotables.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is where we pick out some quotables, some sound bites.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go ahead and if you want to let the people know and lead off with this sound bite, give them an idea of what we're gonna put.
So a few days ago we heard basically all through camp we've been hearing how impressive our secondary has been, and a key component of that has been Jacorian Bennett, who is Chris's guy. That is, I don't know if that's Chris's adopted son or what it is, but Chris he's been on that bandwagon since last year. So that's finally kind of starting to pay off. And Marcus Epps gave him some very high praise in his presser a few days ago.
Okay. So let me go ahead and play this clip here. All right, hold on one second. Getting some technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. Well, let me see.
Jacorian Bennett is a player that's improved a lot going into year 2. Sort of.
Oh,
he's been doing a great job. Came into camp, young guy, had a lot of confidence, was doing very well.
I don't know what's going on. My bad. Hold on, y'all.
Bennett is a player that's improved a lot going into year 2. What sort of growth have you seen from him?
He's been doing a great job. I mean, even since last year when he first got here, came into camp, young guy.
Oh, they hating on us. See,
they hating on us, man.
Brandon Faison cutting the feed.
That's weird. Let's see if I can get this going, man. Appreciate y'all.
Corian Bennett is a player that's improved a lot going into year 2. What sort of growth have you seen from him?
He's been doing a great job. I mean, even since last year when he first got here, came into camp, young guy, had a lot of confidence, was doing very well, seen a lot of things in him. And, his rookie year might not have gone the way he wanted to, but I feel like he's got his confidence back. He worked really hard this offseason, man, and it's really showing out here. So I'm really proud of him and how far he's come, and feel like he can really be an elite corner in this league.
Man, that's high praise. That's high praise.
Yes.
He said he really feels that he can be an elite corner in this league. But hey, a lot of people have come away impressed that have gone to training camp and they've seen Jacorian Bennett play. But he did play well last year too.
Yes.
He did play well last year. But we'll see if it translates
in camp.
But we'll see if it translates. But look, it's last year was his rookie year. He definitely went through some growing pains, but hopefully he'll be able to take this momentum and take it into the season. But I think what's going to help him is obviously having that 1 year under his belt and just knowing what to expect this time. On top of that, he's going to be playing with a great D-line. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a situation where he's going to have to cover someone all day. But there's going to be moments in time where the D-line's not going to get there, and he's going to have to hold his own too as well. But look, I think that's best case scenario right now. Jacorian Bennett winning the other side, to me, in my opinion. I don't want to see Brandon Facyson, who's on his last year of his contract, and then we still got to answer that question of who's going to be starting on the other side. So I think Jacorian Bennett, I think he needs to go out there, and he's proven it right now. He's showing that he should be that guy on the other side. How do you feel about Jacorian Bennett? I mean, I know I think we talked about him too a little bit earlier, but I think this is definitely a vote of confidence from Marcus Epps, who's definitely respected in that locker room by his coaches and his teammates. So for him to say that, that's a good thing. And it's not just coming from Marcus Epps. Remember Nate Hobbs on the Rush podcast was talking about how impressed he was about Jacorian Bennett to come in as a rookie to deal with everything. So he's talking about his maturity and how he's handling everything. So. And I think he was talking today.
Talking about in his presser today as well.
Yeah, in his presser. And shout out to Raider Resistance. I seen the clip. He was talking about, how he didn't lose his confidence. You know what I mean? And he was just, you could tell he had his chest out. He was coming off as a guy that's had a lot of belief in himself. So you're playing that corner position. You gotta be the cockiest dude out there.
No, for sure, man, for sure. Because you out there on the island. And like you said, man, Nate Hobbs spoke about Jacorian Bennett on the Rush podcast. He spoke about him on his presser today. I want to say as well. He said he's very mature, works hard. Said he's a great player and a great person. So I feel about Jacorian Bennett the same way. I don't want to say the same way I feel about, but I feel about the cornerback battle the same way I feel about the quarterback battle. I think the ideal situation is for the young guy that we drafted to win the job, right? I think the best bet is for Jacorian Bennett to take hold of that job. We have team control over him for another, 3 years, including next year. So I think that is the ideal situation. He's younger, he's more athletic. He's out there, he's trying to make plays, and I would say that is the ideal situation. And so far, he's holding up his end of the bargain. We'll kind of see what happens as training camp progresses and as we get into the preseason. But right now, he's doing what he needs to do to win that job. And I just hope he keeps on that same track because that is the best case scenario for the Raiders.
Man, are the Raiders really about to have a top 10 defense this year?
It's been a long time, bro. It's been a long time.
But no, I'm talking about, I don't think this is a legit top. They have a legit chance to be a top 10 defense. I'm not talking about the years where we were one of the worst teams in the NFL. You know what I mean? No. And I know a lot of people like to bring up the Nnamdi Asomugha, led teams, but some of those stats were a little bit, because a lot of the teams they would get on us early, and then we became the number one pass defense. They just ran the ball.
They just take the air at the ball. They just
exactly, and a lot of people
they knew we couldn't score. They knew we couldn't score, so they just get a 7-10 point lead. It's we just about to run. It's these fools ain't about to put up no points.
Yeah, but I think this team is going to be a legit defense. I mean, it's going to be the reason why we win games.
Facts.
Literally. And it's not going to be like a situation where like, no, well, it's not going to be an asterisk like, like this defense is only good because X, Y, and Z. I think this is a really good chance for the Raiders to be a top 10 defense. Top 5, I got to see it. But they did finish the season top 10, I believe, in a lot of statistical categories. Last 8 games, or the last how many games that Pierce coached?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The defense went to a whole different level, and I think they played good all season long, like pretty solid all season long. But I feel like they went to a whole different level when Pierce took over as head coach.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if JB takes that next leap, and if Kuntz continues what he did last year, adding Christian Wilkins already on top of what we had, I think we have potential to be a top 5 defense. I think what will help us is if we have an offense that puts up points that's going to force teams to have to throw the ball and let Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz give them an opportunity to actually get some pass rush attempts in there. I think that's important. So we can't be a situation where they can just run the ball all day, and these big offensive lines and kind of lean on our guys and just pound and rock all game long. We got to score some points. We have to force these teams to throw the ball, and then we can let our pass rushers go eat.
Yeah. And another guy too we didn't mention, but I seen him. Like a lot of the beat writers were mentioning that a guy like Byron Young was stepping up with Jenkins being out, which I'll take it. I'll take it because he was the forgotten man. I was like, man, this dude. I thought it was like, you just gonna have to. That's one of those picks where you just like, man, we could have got someone else, But if he's gonna step up and be a contributor, that's a great sign. Great sign. Year 2, last year was rookie year, but I felt like he didn't really, separate himself. He didn't even get on the field. Like he wasn't a guy that he was a forgotten man for sure. But if he's making plays and if he can contribute to this team, that's another good sign, man. That's another good sign. We got another player on a rookie deal being a contributor. That's another good sign. But Raiders Smoke with another super chat. My guy always supporting, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, let me know if you're going to game 1, man. The Chargers, man. Let us know, man, because me and Severe actually really considered going. I'm pretty much right there. I know Severe is really going to be going too as well. Hopefully,
I'm gonna be there. I don't know if I'm going to the game, but I'm gonna be like that's my that's where I grew up, bro. So I mean that's where I stay.
Yeah, we'll see, man. No matter what, we'll be at the game. Smoke says, so you're telling me all AOC got to do is have a decent year statistically and win 8-9 games and he'll reset the market. Laugh out loud. Love is not worth that bag. I don't think it's that simple. More than that. Yeah, he gotta. Aiden O'Connell gotta. He gotta have some good years to go along. Yeah. Like, yeah, come on, because I think Aiden O'Connell, he has more of a uphill battle because he was a later round pick.
Yeah,
he's a later round pick. When you're a later round pick, I feel like you got to prove a little bit more. You got to do a little bit more before teams like, all right, we got to sign you to a long term deal. I know Dak. Let's say we were talking about Dak Prescott. He was like a 4th round pick as well, but he actually put up some good statistical seasons. Like, let's be honest, like he put up some numbers, and he was able to get the bag. The Cowboys were able to pay him, but I don't know if it's necessarily equal to playoff wins.
Yeah,
it hasn't happened yet for him. So nah, man, AOC got to do a little bit more than just win 8-9 games. I think he has to show like he could. I don't want to say carry.
He has to show he can be a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
he got it.
Jordan Love flashed franchise. But like this, Jordan Love flashed franchise quarterback ability. I want to say like the last half of the year, statistically, he was like the best quarterback in the league. He took his team to the playoffs. I want to say he won a playoff game. And another thing people don't take into consideration, first of all, just in terms of pure talent, he has much more talent than Aiden O'Connell. And Aiden O'Connell, in his first year as a starter, I want to say he's 2 months older than Jordan Love, who's been in the league for four or 5 years.
That's crazy.
So
That's
it's
crazy.
like, you gotta take all that into consideration. So if you were to pay Aiden O'Connell right now, like, they're basically at the same age. They're both, technically in what should be their prime years. But Jordan Love has, 4 or 5 years of, being groomed to be a franchise quarterback. So he's coming into his own right now, where Aiden O'Connell, we don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, man. So yeah, AOC, like, there's a lot of there's a lot of questions he has to answer, and hopefully it starts by just being a good game manager. Start there. Let's start there. Just manage the game. Don't turn the ball over. I don't want to see these 2 picks that I'm hearing that's happening in training camp. Hopefully he needs to get that out of his system. Hopefully he's, usually, you want to experiment. He probably wants to try out some new things, probably be a little bit more aggressive so you can figure out how to take those calculated risks. Hopefully he's one of those types of situations, but the defense right now is flying around. So by preseason, would you say game 1? Would you know by game 1 who's the starter? I mean, we feel like we know it's going to be AOC, but like game 1, I think, because a guy like Minshew, he's the type of guy that you really can't judge from just training camp practice. He's a guy that is a in-game type of player that his impact won't be felt until you have him on the game when the bullets are flying. So we'll see. But by game 1, you think you'll have a good idea? Preseason, because there's only 2 preseason games, by the way. There's only 2, right? I think it's 2, right?
Nah,
it's 3. It's 3. It's 3. Yeah, they took off 1 game, and eventually it's going to be 2.
Eventually it's going to be 2.
Eventually,
maybe starting next year. But
yeah.
But I'm honestly, man, I think this. Honestly, to be 100% honest, this competition is probably going to bleed into like the regular season. I think they're going to name a starter for week 1. But I don't think it's going to be a situation where, like, okay, this is our guy the rest of the year. I still think that's going to be part of the evaluation process, where it's like, if we go out there and we do like another Viking situation or another like Chiefs situation where we can't move the ball, and whether it be Aiden O'Connell or it's Gardner Minshew, right? If we put up a 3-0 effort or go 3 quarters without completing the pass, whoever it is, they're going to take a long, hard look at that position the very next week. And if they put up a duplicate performance the next week, I think they'll get the hook, especially if the defense is playing well.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I don't know if we talked about this before, but it just makes sense for AOC to probably get the nod and then have a journeyman vet backup quarterback for most of the career start off as a backup. And if AOC kind of falters, then you can bring in a guy like Minshew off the bench, because that's what he's experienced. Like, he knows how to handle that role. But a guy like AOC, if you start him off the bench, like, his probably confidence, you probably shake his confidence. I'm not sure. I'm sure he's pretty confident, but like, you put him on the bench, he's a young player, second-year player. I don't know how he's gonna handle that. I feel like it would probably be best maybe if it's close. If it's close, give AOC the nod, and then from there, you already know Minshew knows what time it is. Like, he's been in that situation so many different times in his career. So he'll know how to handle that backup role, and be able and be ready when his name needs to be called. Like, when his name gets called, I should say. Reese Rock says, "Give me Russell Wilson for $1 million, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, throwing to Judy and Cortland instead of Dak for $60 million." I get it. I understand what you're saying. I was making it a case for Russell Wilson, but I also said that it's really up to Pierce and how he feels. If he doesn't fit the locker room, then I respect what Pierce is trying to build. He wants a certain type of player to come to the Raiders, and if he feels like Russell Wilson is not that type of player that he wants to bring into the locker room, even on a veteran minimum, that should say a lot. So it made sense to me because you get all that, you have all that experience.
It still makes sense.
it still makes sense. But like, if he feels like he's not going to be a guy that you want to like mess up your whole chemistry on your team, and it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure Pierce and Telesco they did their due diligence. They looked into it, but it probably didn't make any sense. I felt like it sounded like Russell Wilson was more interested to come to Vegas than the Raiders were. That's what it sounded like. You know what I mean?
I hope that's not the case. But like this, if you're asking me, who do I trust more in terms of talent evaluation? Do I trust Mike Tomlin more, or do I trust Tom Telesco more? I trust Mike Tomlin more. All right, if and also like that just I would have faith in Antonio Pierce in that situation, right? I have faith in Antonio Pierce as a leader of men. I have faith in our locker room and guys like Nate Hobbs and guys like Max Crosby, guys like Devontae Adams to kind of lead the way. Like we Chris going for that sponsorship, bro. You see, he gonna get it. He gonna end up with it. All you gonna see is he ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna see him rocking a t-shirt with a red W on there. We gonna know what time it is.
That's funny.
But yeah, man, I trust those guys to like if and when you bring in that kind of person into that kind of a stable locker room situation, I think that can make all. Like we talked about it like a few shows ago, like how Tomlin was able to like nobody knew how bad Antonio Brown was until he left the Steelers, right? Because that was the strength of that locker room. I think we have a locker room with that kind of strength right now. So I think if you bring in a guy like Russell Wilson, I think that would have been a win-win situation. But hey, we have who we have, and I'm pulling for the guys.
Yeah, man. We'll see, man. I look, I kind of like how what Pierce is building, man, because he said it earlier in the offseason, man. We're gonna bring players that are Raiders, and not everybody can be a Raider. And he wasn't just talking to the players; he was talking to the coaches, people who are not, everybody that comes into this building. He wants them to fit a certain type of, mold. So, hey, man, I respect it, man. And if Russell Wilson is not that guy, then he's not, because we've heard some certain stories coming out of Denver, like some weird stories, and players, like I seen Marshawn Lynch talk about Russell Wilson, and it was kind of a weird story that he had. I don't know if you've seen. He sat down with, I believe, Shannon Sharp, and he was talking about how like there was a moment in time where he was trying to galvanize the locker room, and he wanted to, get in contact with Russell Wilson. He didn't have his number. And, Marshawn, he would have all the players at his house, but he wanted to get in contact with Russell Wilson. He told him I guess he told someone on the team that had his number to call him. He said Russell Wilson called him on a block call.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like, this is Hall of Fame running back Marshawn Lynch. You know what I mean? Marshawn Lynch was, you can argue, best player on the team, or at least best player on that offense. Like, Russell Wilson was never a better player than Marshawn Lynch. Never. I mean, maybe at the end, maybe, but Marshawn left on top though. He didn't leave like on a low moment, like, oh, Marshawn was past his prime. I mean, maybe when he's with the Raiders, like,
when he was with the Raiders. Look, I love beast modes. We ain't gonna talk about his time with the Raiders.
Man.
All I remember is him getting hyphy at the week 3 with the Jets. And the whole rest of the year, the rest of the league got hyphy on this. So I don't even bring up how he went out with us. But I mean, like I said, I don't know the context to that story. I know that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you're right.
It's look sketchy right now. But like, I don't know the context to that story. All I know is that I used to have, like, my number used to be blocked. So like, no matter who I called, like, my number would be blocked, just because hey. LA, man, this LA is LA. So my number used to be blocked. So if somebody called me, hit me up, and I called them back, my number would be blocked. Like you'd have to like manually like unblock. I don't even remember what it is. It's like star or pound 82 or something like to block. I don't even remember what it is anymore. but you have the main blocker. So if you call me and I don't number I don't recognize, I'm gonna call you back from a block number. This is what it is.
Yeah. Raider Smoke with another super chat, man. Appreciate the support. He says, I agree whoever is starter will be on a short leash. Yeah. I mean, that's how they kind of went into it, man. They made a priority to sign Minshew. They gave him a little bit of change, but not too much where you're like, oh, like Jimmy G type contract. No, it wasn't. It was like high-end backup, low-end starter money, but it still made sense for Minshew to be in that battle for that QB1 spot along with AOC and let the best man win. So I don't think – I'm sure that they were looking into getting a quarterback in the draft, but it just didn't work out. And, you know, they're just gonna have to wait, or if maybe AOC and Minshew become that top quarterback for this team. I mean, is the likelihood of that, is it high? I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Man, I'm getting, man, the chat is going crazy, man. I'm trying to catch up. He says QB1 is y'all Achilles heel, y'all defense above average. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think this defense, like, I'm really excited to see this defense, to be honest with you. And I've never said that. I don't think I've ever.
It's been a long time.
Long time. Even when you look at, like, you know, obviously some people like to mention the Nnamdi Aswa, or, you know, mid 2000 defense, or and I say Nnamdi Aswa because he was the best player on that defense. It came with a little bit of asterisk because we were losing a lot of games. They would get ahead early, and they would just pretty much be on cruise control. So I don't know if the numbers really reflected how good that defense was. And then if you want to go a little bit further, early 2000s, I think we had a top 10 defense when we went to the Super Bowl.
Yes, that was like the last time we had a true top 10 defense.
But we really didn't think about the defense like that at that time. We had some playmakers, but it was really about the offense. Everybody was.
That's what we had Rich Gannon, Jerry Rice, and Tim Brown, and Jerry Porter as our third receiver. Like, we had a crazy offense, and we had one of the better offensive lines in the league. We had Charlie Garner, Tyron. We had weapons all over that offense. So we didn't need to think about the defense. It's because our offense, like, even if our defense wasn't doing this job, our offense was going to put up points.
Raiders Rebel says Russell Wilson came and talked to the Raiders. Oh, did he? Did he officially talk to him? I don't know if I heard that, but it was supposed to be an all-day visit. It turned out to be 1 hour, and AP was done. What does that say for us? Man, I don't know, man. He probably, it's possible if they had a conversation and it didn't go well, because he didn't sign for that much. That's the crazy thing. He did not sign for that.
I mean, anywhere he was going to go, he was going to sign for the minimum. But once again, right? I mean, I go back to the same point I was at before. Like, AP is my head coach. I love AP. You know, I love what he's doing to this organization. But who do I trust more as a talent evaluator, or a guy who's going to craft a locker room? Do I trust AP more? I trust Mike Tomlin more. Well, just look at the jury that's been won. Like, just even jury total, right? Not even as a coach, as a player. Total jury won. Tomlin trumps what he did, right? And Tomlin also, I'm going to say, he also won one in Tampa Bay under Tony. He went there with Tony Dungy. I want to say he was on that staff. So, like, he's been there, done that. He's seen some of the best coaches of all time do it. He's done it himself at the highest level. So, and he's a guy that he's never had a losing season. We've seen some of the quarterbacks that's rolled through that organization, right? He's never had a losing season. So I trust what Tomlin thinks more than AP. AP is my coach. I think he's going to turn this franchise around. But if you're asking who I trust more, I mean, that's an easy choice.
Yeah, and some of you guys are mentioning the players that were on that defense. Yeah, man, they had some playmakers, Hall of Fame players, but, you know, obviously in the latter years of their career, Charles Woodson, it was early in his career. Wilder Woodson was obviously in the latter years. He was a corner with safety with the Raiders, man. Hey, that first year with the Raiders, man, he came through, man. He eight picks, and he had one of he turned around the season. If you guys remember, Raiders started 4-0. They lost 4 straight. And then that famous Denver game, man.
Yeah.
They were at what? They were like at the 5-yard line. He over here. Pick six.
To the house.
Turn that play, when I say a play turned around the season, man, that turned around the season. It got everything back on track.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not taking away anything from that defense. I just feel like this defense, it feels a little bit different. It feels like they can actually shut down teams and dominate games.
And this defense is young. This defense is young too. Like you look at Romanowski and Rod Wilson, those are guys like on their last leg. Like everybody on this defense, outside of John Jenkins, everybody here is young. All those guys are young.
Yeah. And just think about how the Raiders won that Kansas City Chiefs game. They literally scored the majority of the points.
Yeah.
How many points did they score? Was 17? Did they finish with 17?
I think the Raiders scored 17 total. 14 was by the defense.
14 by the defense. So 3 by the offense, 14 by the defense. Raiders win 17. What? So was it 17-10? Was that the final score?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
17-10. So that should tell you everything you need to know, man. Like, this defense has potential to be really good, man. Man, my guy Reese Rock, man. Appreciate the support, man. My guy says appreciate the content throughout the offseason, man. Hey, nonstop, man. Nonstop. Every Monday nights. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, man. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, we literally, man, me and Severe was talking like how like the offseason went by really quick. We thought it was gonna be, that right after the draft, and then after OTAs, it's that time where like, before training camp where it gets slow, but I feel like it went by really quickly. We had things to talk about. There are things, man. Football is 365 days out the year, man. I always say that, man, because it's nonstop news. But we appreciate y'all all coming through, having a conversation with us during these live shows. That's why we do it, man. We enjoy doing it. So we appreciate y'all coming through and keeping the conversation going, man. As me and Severe be talking, but we're in the chat. We're looking at y'all have hilarious comments, make good points.
For sure.
We might not agree all the time, but we definitely appreciate the comments, man. My guy
especially
Leo
when it comes
in the building. Appreciate you coming through. My guy Leo, I was just on his podcast show, man. Make sure to check it out. Appreciate you coming through.
For sure.
Man, we got another super chat. Reese Rock, man, back to back. Football is back. Chris Berman, the Raiders. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, the way Chris Berman used to say Raiders.
That's legendary right there.
He said it with a passion too. He said it with a passion. Man. Y'all know, man. Actually, we have it on our little audio intro, man. If y'all peep, man, that's but Raider Smoke, man. Man, another super chat. He says, Raiders season opener party in LA. Severe, you're hosting since you're in LA. Laugh out. Tell us when and where the nation will show up. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of
for sure, man.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. Just know if y'all coming out to where I hang out, just make sure y'all were right. Just giving y'all fair warning, bro. Make sure I don't got a red hat for nothing, dog. So just let you know. As you know.
That's hilarious.
Why is Severe always wearing this red hat? Oh. Oh. It all makes sense.
That's hella funny, man. Yeah, you're hilarious. But Leo's telling me that there's gonna be a tailgating before the game. So he got a lot of things going on, man. So make sure to hit him up. I think he got the details. He has some dope hats, so make sure to check him out as well.
Man, Leo got gear.
Yeah,
man.
Myra says she's gonna be up there. The Crew Oakland tailgate and SoFi Pink Lot pull up. Hey, there you go. There you go, man. It's gonna be a lot of things cracking before the game, man. So make sure to pull up. Reese says Roscoe's on Severe if the Raiders beat the Chargers by 31 points. Hey, man, look. Hey, y'all heard it here first, man. I like that. Hey, you taking the offer?
For sure. For sure. You already know what it is, bro. You you know what? You ever heard of dining and dashing?
Hey, man. You know what Severe just said right now? Translation.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
I'm like, all right, y'all, man. I'm about to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. Like, man, Severe been in the bathroom a long time. Like,
Oh, bro, that's hilarious. That's hella funny. Raider Smoke, man. Hold on, man. Raider Smoke with another. He says, I'm from the North Carolina. Hey, man, appreciate this dude's hilarious, man. Non-stop super chats, non-stop support, man. We got Rosetown native in the building. He says Bowers makes us make the playoffs. I hope so.
man.
I hope
that
so.
Would be, that would be it.
Man, if Bowers, I think Bowers potentially could be the number one option life after Devontae Adams. Because Devontae Adams, there is potential that he doesn't stay here in Las Vegas. There's potential that he might go somewhere else. He might want to go team up with, Aaron Rodgers and play out his last years with a quarterback he started his career with. There's a possibility that could happen, or go somewhere else where the quarterback position might be something he likes better, or whatever the case may be. For right now, he's with the Raiders, but Bowers definitely got potential to be that number one guy. We'll see. Severe, I know you're a Michael Mayer fan. Like, I think Michael Mayer he's the dark horse. He's the guy that no one's talking about.
Oh, man.
And, like, I think he could have a really good season. I think probably a better season than Bowers, low-key, just because second year, been there, done that. He's way more confident. You could tell, like, you got to give a little – Bowers I think has a lot of potential, but you got to give him a little bit of, like, time to, like, grow within his role. Yeah. He still has to playing in the NFL is way different playing in college. So, but we'll see, man. We'll see how it shakes out, man. Man, hey, someone says I like my chicken. Cider says I like my chicken medium well.
Bro, you like salmonella?
You trying to die?
You get your stomach pumping on a weekly basis with that one.
Oh, man, come on, man. That's crazy.
Somebody said the serving spoon. Serving spoon is good. That's by where I used to stay at. Serving spoon.
Okay, that's the spot right there. Okay,
it's the spot. It's more and more low key. Roscoe's you can get shot at, so you got to be careful with Roscoe's. No matter which one you go to, you can get shot at. Yeah, literally.
But look, we got to get back on track, man. Look, we still got another notable quotable. And Severe, if you want to let the people know, let's see. I want to make sure I get this working right. But this is a second notable quotable.
Yes, sir. So, kind of keeping on the same track of the secondary. We had our guy Nate Hobbs, who's one of the leaders back there. He was speaking about Jack Jones, and he gave Jack Jones some very high praise in terms of where he would put him when it comes to cornerbacks ranked in the NFL.
Okay, here we go.
Turn. They don't want to do that.
You guys brought Jack in midway through last season. How important is it to start the foundation with him from day one, setting that tone on that defense?
The type of player Jack is, from the first day he stepped on our defense. The first practice, he set the tone. He caught like 2 picks his first practice with us. So I already knew what type of player he was going to be, but he just continues to amaze me, you know what I'm saying, with the things he does and the way he can like lock in and turn up. Because once he's activated, I think he's a top 5 cornerback in this league. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Turn. They don't want to do that.
Hey, man. Nate Hobbs. High praise.
Man. High praise for real.
Man, back to back high praises for both corners. You got you got Epps. I was gonna say Mike Epps. I keep saying Mike Epps. I don't know why I keep saying Mike Epps. Something wrong, man. I don't know why I keep saying that, but Marcus Epps was saying Jacorian Bennett has talent to be an elite corner in this league, which is high praise.
Elite corner. Yes.
Elite corner, which is, hey, he's not going to say that about everybody. And then you got Nate Hobbs talking about Jack Jones saying that he's a top 5 corner already. So I'm like, whoo. Hey, man, I like what I'm hearing. Great. So everything we're hearing from training camp is the secondary's playing well. On top of that, the players are over here praising the players on the outside. And that was a question mark going into the training camp was like how's the secondary going to look? Is Jack Jones going to continue his strong play from last season? Is the other side of the other outside corner spot, who's going to be that starter? Is it Brandon Facyson? Is it the unnamed, veteran free agent that hasn't signed yet? Stephon Gilmore. You know what I mean? But right now, you know what? Hey, look, if Ja'Cory Bennett could step up, hey, I don't want what's the name to come out because that's going to take away snaps from a guy like Ja'Cory Bennett who needs the experience, needs the. But if obviously if Gilmore wants to come and then just become part of that depth chart for that corner spot, then I'll be open to that. But I think right now he's like he wants to be a starter, so it's probably not going to be a great fit. But that being said, that kind of leads us to what's real, what's not. Let's move it along, man. Because that was, what were your thoughts from Nate Hobbs before I move on to what's real, what's not? What are your thoughts on those comments?
Like as you said, high praise. The first thing I peeped is that I don't know who the quarterback was. I'm assuming it's Aiden O'Connell, but somebody was already throwing picks last year. So we talking about people throwing picks this year. He's like, your very first practice, you out there picking somebody off twice. So that was interesting. But yeah, man, I just think that one of the things I was worried about is whether or not Jack Jones can kind of continue what he did last year. So hearing that he's kind of putting on his display in practice lets me know that he can kind of build on what he did last year and continue to be our number one corner, which is I think is the ideal situation for us.
Cool, Kev, man, you crazy. Stem T says the Cameron Richardson fourth corner could be special. Yeah, he's playing well from what we heard. From what we heard that like the secondary in training camp has been the talk of training camp. I mean, obviously D-line has been doing their thing. We're not surprised. We're not surprised that we're hearing because that was the strength of this team going to finish out the season. Obviously, Max Crosby, Kuntz. I kind of want to see when the pads go on. I want to see what a guy like Tyree does. You know what I mean? I want to see what Tyree does in the preseason. He's a guy that I want to see. But yeah, so we'll see. But Richardson is another guy to keep an eye on. A young guy who has the measurables, the athletic ability. Nice. But I think he needs to develop his skill set a little bit more. I think there's a little bit of, and I think if everything plays out right, I think he's going to be at a good spot. Meaning that if Jack Jones is a starter, you got Ja'Cory Bennett. I wouldn't want a guy like Richardson to become the number unless he earned it. Like if he earned it and he's the best guy out there, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Yeah. But I'm not sure if I see that happening right now. But yeah, let's actually get into what's real, what's not. Let's get into what's real, what's not, man. What's real, what's not. I'm gonna say a statement, and you guys let me know if it's real or not. It's that simple. And this it's a good segue because we just heard Nate Hobbs say that Jack Jones is a top 5 corner.
Yeah.
So this statement is by the end of the year, Jack Jones will be considered a top 5 corner. Is that real or is it not?
Man, I must say that's not. I think he'll be right outside the top 5. I think he'll be right outside the top 5. I think we are talking about PS2, talking about Sauce. I think L'Jarius Sneed gonna still be up there. I think Devin Witherspoon was the guy I really wanted last year. I think he's kind of cemented himself to be one of those guys. Still got AJ Terrell. It's a few guys. I think he'll be right outside that top 5. I think he'll be on the outside looking in, but I think within the next 2-3 years, I think he can solidify himself as a top 5 corner.
By the end of the season, but look, the NFL is a year-to-year league, so anything could happen. Like I think like if you look at last year, some of the players that had big years, they can easily kind of get in that conversation. But then, like you mentioned, guys like the guy out in Denver, Patrick Surtain Jr. You got to think about the guy with the Jets, obviously, Sauce Gardner. You mentioned Devin Witherspoon. I like him talented wise, but he's still got to prove that he can be that guy week in, week out. So I'm not really thinking about him. I'm thinking about like the other guys that kind of Jalen Ramsey.
I forgot about Ram. Yeah, Jalen
Ramsey. That's there's some guys out there.
Trent McDuffie still up there. The Jerry Sneed still up there.
Sneed. I like that guy out with Atlanta too. AJ
Terrell.
Yeah, AJ Terrell.
Another guy we could have drafted.
Yeah.
Or we wanted to draft. Actually, we wanted to draft him.
Yeah. Was it that?
That's
was that the draft?
That's the Damon Arnett draft. Yes, the Damon Arnett. That's the Damon Arnett one. We wanted Terrell. He was a Clemson guy too, and then we. Man.
That's tough. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. But I think that's not real, man. I don't think that's real. Maybe top 10, top 15, which is good. That's real good.
Top 15, I think.
Because I think corner's a really competitive position too. There's a lot of really good players. It's almost like receiver too. Like there's a lot of good receivers, a lot of good corners. So, but top 5, unless like he has like an unbelievable year where he gets like +8 interceptions. I'm sure like locking down the other side. It's possible, but I'm gonna say it's not real. But not in a bad way. I think it's just like there's so many players at that position right now. It's hard for me to say that top 5 right now.
Jair Alexander too. Derek Stingley as well.
Yep.
Like it's some other guys that are there that it's be hard for him to get in that top 5.
That's tough, man. Let's see. Let's look at the chat real quick. Kalipe says realer than a movie film. Man. So he don't think it. Okay. I guess we on the same page then. We on the same page, Kalipe. We on the same page. Let's see. Outsiders will say no. Raider hating. I think Jensen overtake a lot of corners. He takes great cap. Okay. So you're saying? Are you saying that he's gonna be top 5? You think he's gonna be top 5 by the end of the season? Because it sounds like you vouching for him right now, which is there's no problem with it. I like Jack Jones. I like Jack Jones. Cool Kids, Ramsey's knees almost shot like Tyree Foot. Man, you know what? Like, I think Jalen Ramsey's still good, man. Jalen Ramsey's still good, bro. He's still tough, but we'll see. Damn, it's crazy. The Raiders were that close to trading for him too.
Ramsey.
Literally. Yeah, and he wanted to come to the Raiders too.
Yeah, he wanted teams he named a minute ago.
Yep.
Especially when we had Gus Bradley.
Yeah. And I think Mike Mayock, he confirmed it too. I think in one of his like podcast interviews, he confirmed that, Ramsey was like literally like they were negotiating. The deal was on the table until like it didn't happen. So, it is what it is. The King of Mods is in the building, man. Daniel Kim, man, salute Fair, salute Severe, was out with the fan to put the kids down. Just, hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man. It's all good, man. Family first.
A great mod and a great dad, man. It's a winning combination right there from Daniel Kim.
Oh, hey, man. Ramsey #1 in zestiness. That's hilarious. All I think about is his beef with Steve Smith.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing that come to my mind when you said that. Like I just think about that whole situation. Man, that was a young Jalen Ramsey. That was like when he was like what rookie maybe first couple years in the league.
I think he was a rookie, I want to say.
And he ran into a grown man and Steve Jones. He just made him look like so weak, bro. It was
Steve
bad.
Smith. Yeah, Steve Smith was punking everybody though, bro.
Yeah,
Steve Smith was punking the entire league. He had dudes ice up, son. Remember that?
Yeah. Steve Smith, man, that's another dude. Like that's probably one of my favorite receivers all time for sure.
Yeah. That's what they compare Amon-Ra St. That's what they compare Amon-Ra. That's why I like Amon-Ra St. Brown so much, man. That's who he reminds me of.
Oh, you think he has that type of? You think he has that?
He ain't
type
that same.
of
But he ain't that same bully. But he plays that. He plays that way. But he don't like talk that way.
Okay. So you're saying he plays with that same physicality, but he doesn't Like,
but
he's not like a talker.
He ain't a talker. No, he ain't a talker.
He
But
seemed like a nice guy.
Ain't nobody a talker like Steve Smith though, bro. Steve Smith.
Yeah. Steve Smith was crazy, bro. Man, he had that little man complex.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, that little man complex. But you know, it is what it is, man. Steve Smith is a one-on-one, man. Sometimes there's certain
LA
players.
dude too.
Yeah, from LA too. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's move it along, man. Let's move it along. We still got one more. What's real? What's not? The second statement. The secondary will be a stronger unit than the defensive line this season. Is this real or is it not? Let us know, man.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say it, man. I'm gonna say that it's not real. It's not real, man. I think our defensive line is too good. I think his secondary is gonna be right there. But I just think there's too many proven guys on the defensive line, man. I think Max is a proven guy. We saw what Malcolm Kuntz did last year. I think he's borderline proven guy. We know Christian Wilkins right there. He's a proven guy. We have like 2 top 5 guys at their position, respectively, in Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. And I don't think we have that. We just talked about, Jack Jones not being there yet. I don't think anybody in the secondary is going to be a top 5 in their position. Now, as a unit, can they be? Can some of their parts be better than the parts themselves? Yes. But I just think that the defensive line is just so good. I think Adam Butler, John Jenkins, we heard Byron Young is coming on pretty strong. Malcolm Kuntz, it's just too much firepower on the defensive line, man. I got to go with defensive line. But I think it's closer than people would think it is, though.
Nah, I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close because we don't. Right now, we know who the blue chip players on that defense are, and they're not on the off. They're not in the secondary. Do we have good to solid players in the secondary? Yeah, you can make an argument for that. You could talk about the good safety play that we have in Marcus Epps and more coming along, and then you could talk. We just talked about Jack Jones and obviously Jacorian Bennett if he steps up. That's good. That's good to hear. But the defensive line is the bread and butter of that defense. Like, it's not even close. Come on, man. So that's definitely not real. Max Crosby, there ain't no Max Crosby in the secondary. There's not a Christian Wilkins in the secondary. It is what it is. And to be honest, Kuntz, you could throw in Kuntz in there. Maybe Jack Jones. Yeah, you know what I mean? But like statistically speaking, Kuntz kind of finished the season stronger than a Jack Jones.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's kind of hard. He did have 2 pick sixes. I can't hate him. Man, so I okay, maybe you can like.
Yeah, he had a nice PBU too. It was against Denver. Denver had a great PBU, I want to say. But yeah, he finished with. Now Jack Jones is a dog. But I think Kuntz and Jack Jones, I kind of say they're in the same track where there's a load of potential. They had a great half of the season, but you want to see them do it for a whole season?
Man, we got Shannon Sharp in the building. He says, "What's good, y'all?"
We got a celebrity in the building.
We got a celebrity in the building. He says, Shannon Sharp says, "What's good, y'all? Love from Uncle Shay. Keep doing your thing, brothers." Hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man. He got the Swisher and he got the the Hennessy bottle. That's funny. That's funny, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Whoever that was, man. But yeah, man, I think just the D-line is definitely like it's not even close right now. Hopefully eventually it catches up, but right now I think it's there's nothing wrong with it. There's always going to be strengths to certain teams. Like when you think of Legion of Boom, like, and that's a great defense. But when you think of that team, do you think of the D-line or do you think about the secondary?
Think about secondary.
I think of that secondary. I think that secondary is what made that defense special. But the D-line was good.
That was good, yeah. Bennett was a dog.
Good. Yeah. Bennett. But in this case, the way the Raiders defense is built, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure Antonio Pierce, he's been part of defenses where the front seven really it started with the front seven. That D-line, if you think about like the Giants teams, you know what I mean, with the Justin Tucks and O.C. Umenora and who am I leaving? Michael Strahan and you know what I mean. Those great D lines. It started from front that front four and then to the outside, which is how you want to that inside. You build it from the inside outside. So, look, there's ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I think the Raiders defense, it just starts on the D-line, and I don't think it's close right now. So, but yeah, man. Hey, look, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. This has been a great show. We just wanted to come through, have that conversation, like our weekly conversation that we do on the 50-50 show at late night. Make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Raph, you're saying that they need to hit that like button. Let's go. Miami Dolphins. Oh man, come on, man. Nah, we not doing that over here, man. Miami.
It's fair that I'm going to get Tua, man. So look, I ain't worried
come
about the
on,
Dolphins.
Man. Hey, look, y'all quarterback is Tua, man. Y'all played him. Probably one of the worst contracts in the NFL. Yeah. But it is what it is, man. Look, we appreciate everybody coming through and supporting. Just make sure we're going live on both our channels. Make sure to hit the like button, clock in, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. It's been a great show. And also, make sure to leave a comment after the show because, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Sometimes I can't get to everybody's comment in the chat. So what you guys can do is after the show, is done, just hit up the comment section. Let us know your thoughts, what you think about the team, some of the things that we said on the show, you know what I mean, that you probably disagreed with, agree with, whatever, or even thoughts about the team. So just make sure to leave a comment after the show, and we definitely read them, so we appreciate the support. So just make sure to leave a comment as well. Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you and what to look forward to.
Yeah, I know what it is, man. The Severe Raider on YouTube, IG, Snapchat, X, Twitter, whatever you call it. We're here every Monday night, faithfully, sometimes late night. With the 50-50 show, then we got Around the Shield, new date, new time, but same great content. It's coming to you guys on Saturday, and I got some stuff cooking up, man. I am in the laboratory, cooking up like Patrick Graham. So just be on the lookout for that. And make sure y'all get in the comment section, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, clock in, clock out, do all that good stuff, man. We'll catch you on the next one.
There you go, man. That's what we like to see, man. I just subscribed. That's all good, man.
Appreciate you.
Raider Nation Vic says, you just missed it. Yeah, just all good, man. Just watch the replay and then let us know your thoughts in the comment section, man. We appreciate the support. We read the comments. And, man, Smoke likes to end the show on a high note, man. With another super chat, he says, Severe, a.k.a. Stacy from the Wood. Oh, man,
they ain't seen that movie, man. You gotta. These people ain't seen that movie. Raider Smoke.
Oh, that's funny.
They ain't seen that movie, man.
The last Monday without football. Yeah, man. Hey, look. I think preseason. Does preseason start next week? Does it start?
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game. I want to say our first game is on the 10th.
So. Yeah, hey man, we'll see, man. Like hey, look. Football is here, and we're going to be here to talk about it. So make sure to check us out, man. Hey, look, we do this every Monday. If you guys are joining us, so y'all not familiar, hey, we do this every Monday nights, the 50-50 show, me and Severe. So make sure to subscribe to both our channels, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And then also, we do a show with Big Mike Raider, which we're going to release. We changed, same show, different time. Like Severe says, same great content. We're going to be releasing that every Saturday morning, so be on the lookout for that. And how you do that is obviously subscribing, but also hitting that notification bell so you'll be notified once we drop that content. So just be on the lookout. So the next time we'll be Saturday morning with Big My Raider. It's called Around the Shield, and then obviously we'll be back here Monday nights, 50-50 show, to chop it up with y'all live, man, and direct, man. And look, it's been a great show. People in the chat, y'all going crazy right now. Oh, Hall of Fame game Thursday. Hall of Fame game Thursday. Oh, ooh, wow. Okay. Damn, man. Okay. Lord, damn. Hall of Fame game quick. Thursday. What? Damn, man. It's coming on quick, man. But we appreciate everybody coming through. But yeah, look. Until next time, man, we'll see y'all next week, or we'll see you later in the week. But obviously next week on the 50-50 show, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Hopefully we'll have some good stuff to talk about with pads coming on tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, like the pads is where the team's gonna get stronger. We're gonna hear some good things from hopefully both offense and defense. I want to hear some good things from offense because I haven't heard nothing from.
Hopefully.
That's hope, man.
Hopefully
Zamir White,
man. Or if Zamir White, Zamir, Brock, Michael Mayer. Hopefully, man.
Yeah. All like everybody on offense, we want to see them, put up a little bit of a fight, but obviously we know this defense is they ahead right now. So yeah, we'll be here to talk about it on the next show, which will be Round the Shield on Saturday morning, and then obviously we'll be back here 50-50 Monday nights, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Been a great show. Till next time.
Everybody on the West Coast, it's my birthday in 4 minutes.
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, this dude, he always got the last minute, but man, my guy, man, happy birthday, bro. Hey, look, Severe just announced that his birthday's in 4 minutes. Look at it. This dude's dramatic as hell, man. Look at him. All right, y'all. All right, peace.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.